You're listening to FUBAR Weekly on KDSR, Demo Spin Radio, brought to you by ARC Network Live 365, the station where everyone deserves to be heard. The following program contains strong language and adult content. Listener discretion is advised. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and everyone and everything in between. FUBAR Weekly Show. Today is Tuesday, 22nd of September, 2020. We have an amazing guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The often imitated, never duplicated, your Lord and Savior, the man who died for your fucking sins, the one and only Jesus Christ.
Hey.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. It's a pleasure to meet you guys.
It's an honor to have you.
Well, you'd be surprised. This is the first podcast I've ever done.
Okay.
I've been gone for a long time.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
I hope this doesn't end the same way it did last time. That
Me
kinda
too.
sucked.
Yeah.
Unless you're into that. I mean,
hopefully blasphemy laws are a little more lax now.
they are. Trust me.
I've heard there hasn't been too many crucifixions since I've been gone.
Well, in the Middle East, they're still doing that.
Right. Yeah.
Not here though. You came to the right place.
I think so.
When they said God bless America.
Yeah,
That's
God
what-
blesses America. He blesses everywhere, but I understand the selective, for political speeches and such.
It's really lucky that you came back white this time.
Yes, it is. Well, God likes to make me look like whatever market he puts me in
All right.
Gotcha.
because he wants me to be, he wants me to have a little bit of credibility with the people, look relatable.
It
So
works.
yeah, this is like an updated version.
Okay.
I think if he sent me back looking like OG Jesus, I might just get crucified again.
Possible.
So-
Definitely now, depending on where you get dropped too.
Yeah.
I mean, if they dropped you in like West Virginia looking like that,
Yeah.
you might have a rough time.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird places in the world right now that that's part of the reason why I'm back. I think more than ever. I mean, we've been getting a lot of prayers, a lot of talk. People have been saying our names a lot. So God thought it was appropriate to send me back down now.
Nice. It's a good choice.
Yeah, it's actually part of God's, famous loopholes he's done, like the whole dying for your sins thing I did.
Or anal sex instead of vaginal sex. That God's loophole.
Well-
You ever hear of Garfunkel and Oates?
He actually didn't say that one.
It works. So it works. So I've heard.
Yeah, something like that.
So I mean, I know I got tons of questions for you. I mean, that's like my whole life. I was raised Catholic, so there are so many things. Like, what would you ask Jesus? We were talking about that earlier. What would you ask Jesus if you had the opportunity? Now I got Jesus sitting
Yeah,
here.
I'm
So the
here.
first thing I got to know, because I've been hearing it my whole life. Somebody does something. Jesus H. Christ. What's your middle name?
Well, in English, the H translates to happy.
Okay.
So, we try to keep it positive,
All right.
keep things.
Jesus Happy
Good
Christ. I
direction.
like it.
Yeah, Jesus, happy Christ.
It works.
Yeah,
It works.
So that's what the H is for. But it's also subjective too. Depending on who I'm talking to, I might change it because I want to give everybody exactly what they want because pleasure is subjective and to relate to people, I just want to be as as unique and special as possible to
As
every person.
Christ-like as possible.
Yes, as Christ-like as
Christ-like.
possible.
I love it. So here's my actually this that just popped in my head.
Mhm.
Like the second coming of Jesus is supposed to trigger, the rapture, the end of days. Is that like this is 2020? Jesus is back. Worldwide pandemic. The Kardashians got canceled. Man, is this the end of the world?
Well, yeah, Jesus coming back is only like the third craziest thing of the year. There's been a lot going on.
That's when you know the year's been bad though.
Yeah.
When Jesus
When
coming back
isn't
is
even the
third,
biggest
yeah, isn't
story.
even number one. That's
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised how few people actually seem to care him back.
really.
I've been going around town trying to talk to people and telling people that I'm going to be performing a stand-up routine with a positive message.
Do they just think you're crazy?
Yeah, people just kind of walk by. They go, yeah, whatever, maybe we'll check it out. Nobody really seems to
Man,
care.
it sounds like
So
you're
it's-
barking a comedy show on the street.
It really
it's like
is.
crazy.
I mean, yeah, it's surprising. I've been gone for 2020 years. You think people would be a little more enthusiastic,
for
but
real.
I mean, it's a shame. People don't seem to care too much.
So
Was that the magic number? 2020.
2020, I mean, hindsight 2020, it's a good even rounded number, but
Gotcha.
yeah, you know, people have prayed more than ever this year. That was actually part of the loophole.
all right.
We reached an achievement because 100 million people all prayed at the same time.
Hmm.
So it was
Wow.
like an unlocked thing.
Now, did that also count like people sharing, or sharing the message on Facebook?
No.
Like you have to share this with 10 people.
No, that didn't count.
No.
Yeah, we're not really
Does-
big into the
Does that actually work? Like, if the kid needs like 2,000, prayers or 2,000 shares to get the kidney, if it stops at 1,999, does God be like, fucker didn't get the 2,000?
God rounds up.
He
He's
does.
pretty
Okay,
generous
all right.
with that kind of
All
stuff.
right,
Yeah, we
all right, good,
see the
good.
numbers for sure.
All
I
right.
mean, we see every single individual prayer. And, also amen isn't exactly important. A lot of people are hung up on the word usage.
See, what I always wondered was because, what was it, amen, or was it like, man? Like, which is it?
Well, it can be either one. Just as long as the intention of there is, you're
right.
sharing a message with a higher power, God.
All right.
So yeah, we don't really care, what the words. It's just about the intention.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm looking at
That
for
was-
viewer questions, and Nicole asked a question. So
It was
that's
just me.
a good question.
Thank you. I just put it out there for our listeners.
Do you have any questions that you need Jesus to answer?
If I use antibacterial soap, is it really genocide?
No,
Okay.
bacteria doesn't have souls.
All right, good.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
good.
don't worry.
All right,
There's,
good.
yeah, there has to be a little bit of consciousness.
Anything you found that you like new that wasn't here before when you were here?
Oh yeah, a lot of things. I mean, iPhones, TV is great. We didn't have
Okay.
any of this the first time I was
No,
around.
you didn't.
Okay.
And I mean, and the 2020 years, it passed like that. It was like a blink of an eye.
What'd
So-
you do for that 2020
Well,
years?
customs is crazy up there, going in and out. There's a lot of different spirits and souls floating around, and God is, God tries to make a personal connection with every single one. So
Now, do people let you get away with shit because you're the son of God?
Well,
Do you ever use that? Be
there's-
like, do you know who I am?
well, everybody up there kind of knows,
I would
It's-
think so.
Yeah, they know. And I don't think there's too much resentment because everybody's happy they're in heaven. So they're not really, petty like that.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, everybody's super nice to me up there. I mean, there was a little bit of jealousy in the moment when I was created because there were already so many souls up there that they were like, how come I don't get to go down and be Jesus? How come you have to make someone else new? But God, he works in mysterious ways. So he figured it was best to create me the way he did.
I've heard that. Now about creating you though, was it like Zap and Mary got, your mom got pregnant, or did he like lay pipe?
Well,
Like, how did it go?
I know that.
No, like, I mean, it's your mom.
Yeah,
so
Mary.
but it's these are the things that
I know she
people have
lost
been
her famous
wondering.
nickname. Yeah, the Virgin Mary. After that, they weren't too kind to her after that.
Yeah, seriously.
But
I mean,
yeah, Gabriel went down, and they didn't tell me the details. I didn't exist yet, so they kind of kept me out of the dark for that. But yeah, I know the angel showed up, and then I was born shortly after that.
okay. We have a question from a listener. What about people who have never heard of you? Do they get punished?
Punished for what?
Well, all right. For example, right off the coast of India,
Uh-huh.
there's an island called Sentinel Island.
Yeah,
And the people that live on it have no contact with the outside world. They
Yeah.
have been living as a tribe. They have zero contact. They don't know what the internet is. They don't know anything.
yeah.
And anybody who tries to go to the island gets killed. In fact,
Right.
a Christian missionary tried going to the island.
I
He got
remember
killed.
that. Yeah, that was
So-
very
so, like,
unfortunate.
So they've never heard of you
Yeah.
by intent. They don't want to know. They
Right.
just want to be left alone. Do they get
No,
do they go
you
down?
don't get punished if you don't know Jesus, because it's really just all about the feeling in your heart. If you're living a positive life, it doesn't matter if you don't know me or God is, because, God judges people based on their heart. And yeah, so if you're a decent person, it's really not too hard to get up there.
Okay. That's,
God, it's like, how like schools will lower test scores so more kids can graduate.
well, the way I look at it is, Jesus died for us. You died for our
Yes.
sins.
Yes.
So now if we don't sin,
Yeah. Then
then it's like it was a waste. We
Yeah,
we
it's-
have to sin.
it's a super useful loophole tool that God made. I mean, because, God was kind of tired of sending everybody to hell. he kind of realized that he set standards that might be a little too high for humanity to do, which is why he set me down, because things were going so bad before.
And I'm guessing the standards keep dropping though.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, humans have been so bad since he created them. And I don't even have to say God doesn't have a gender. It's more of just an energy. It's just a collective of, all original energy. And so humans, they didn't seem to have it down. So when he made me, he was like, maybe if I send myself down as a human, I can show them how to do it. But also by being a human himself, he also understood the struggles of resisting temptation.
So now, does God look like Alanis Morissette though?
God looks like whatever you want him to look like.
Alanis Morissette naked. All right.
Sure.
Good.
Yeah. When you go up there,
Works.
yeah. I mean, totally.
What do you think's the number one thing that people have like taken your words and twisted?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good question. What have they twisted around for me? I don't know. I haven't thought about that too much. I try to ignore the negativity, as hard as that is. But I don't know. I mean, we love to give people the benefit of the doubt, So we like to think if their heart is in the right place, then it's unfortunate that they might be putting out a false narrative. But
so we have another listener question.
mm-hmm.
How old am I in heaven? For example, if I die in my 90s, do I have to be in a feeble body for eternity, or do you go back and you go up there in your prime?
You're in your prime in heaven,
Okay.
definitely. Oh yeah,
It's like wherever you peaked.
Yeah,
that's where.
There's also, it really doesn't even matter what your prime is anyway, because there's no pain, there's no issues. You don't get tired, you don't get hungry. You can eat if for the joy of it, if you like eating. But yeah, you stay the exact same.
Do you get laid? I mean,
yes, you
okay.
can have sex in heaven.
Hell yeah.
You can totally have sex in heaven. That's totally cool.
Because I heard you can have sex in hell. It's just a different kind of sex.
Yeah, it's more intense down there. But yeah, missionaries, totally cool. The more complicated it gets, a little iffy. But
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't get STDs.
Hey,
they don't exist.
Bonus.
Oh yeah, you don't have to pull out. It's nice, wonderful. Yeah.
Nice. I may want to go to heaven.
It's worth it. I'm telling you.
So Benny says that would be his mid-40s when he peaked. All
Okay.
right, Benny.
Yeah, it's different for everybody. I mean, mentally, whenever you reach that pinnacle of whatever personal greatness is, that's what you stay as up there.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So now you came back.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bring anyone else with? Can you bring anyone
No,
with you? No,
I was just thrown down here by myself.
Did you know you were coming back?
I didn't. No, it was just kind of in the moment. God works, super. It's very hectic. It's kind of hard to, know where his thoughts are at, because he works so quickly and so, kind of aggressively. But, it's fair. So yeah, he just kind of contacted me and was like, "You're going down, and you're going to deliver a positive message because people need it now more than ever."
Well, welcome back.
Great to be back.
Welcome back.
What if I've had two wives on earth and I loved both of them? Do I have to choose one over the other in heaven?
Well, when they both eventually die?
or does it, can he get with both of them? I mean,
you can't, if it's really up to them. I mean, when they die and meet you up there, you work it out together. So yeah, but also if your idea of heaven is having the two wives, we can create sort of a ghost copy of your wife that
JV, one of my favorite people on planet Earth right now, ask a very important question.
Yes.
Can he be flexible enough in heaven to blow himself?
Yes. There's no strain on the body up there. If you were being held back before, you can totally go down, blow yourself. It's no different than masturbating. It's just with your mouth. So
there you go.
Let's all grow up. It's not gross.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where the question is, if you could blow yourself, would you tell anybody? I mean, if I could do it, I would tell everybody.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sexual stigma on Earth, but up there, nobody really bats an eye at stuff like that.
Benny says we can create a variance. Not sure what he means by that. Does anybody up there actually care at all if the outcome of sporting events? Like, does anybody watch sports?
Oh yeah, if you're a fan of sports down here, you go up and bring that passion up there for sure, and you can watch all the sports.
So now, is there any sports team that just by virtue of being a fan of, you don't get into heaven, like the Dallas Cowboys, the New England Patriots?
No, and it doesn't matter what team you like. You can, and well, maybe Duke lacrosse, but
all right,
that's specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the two wives thing. We can create a variance. What do you mean, Benny? Like share them? Like one night be with one night be the other?
I think my understanding of your word was that we should love everybody, including all of our respective wives.
For sure. Yeah, love
So-
everybody. And yeah,
So it's an orgy up in heaven because you're loving everybody.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, again, it's all up to the individual
All right.
soul, what they want to do, if you want to join in, not join in. But again, yeah, no pain, no suffering, no bodily functions holding you back. People have sex for years at a time up there and not even realize time's passed because, when time doesn't affect you, you don't really notice it as much.
Valid.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Um,
Last time we met, you were really into carpentry. How's that hobby going
Yes.
for you?
It's fun. I do some woodwork up there when I get bored,
Okay, I
whittling
gotcha.
and stuff.
Scrimshaw.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun to work with my hands, but again, there wasn't that much to do back in the day. There were only so many jobs. So, as a young Jesus, I figured might as well do something productive, leave a mark. Yeah, it was pretty ironic getting nailed to, the wood. I mean,
So are there any occupations that are looked down upon by God, specifically sex workers?
no, sex work is not looked down on. The only professions that would be looked down on are ones that would specifically hurt people. And luckily, there's not really any jobs that are just malicious.
I would hope that sex workers wouldn't be looked down on because, I mean, 2,000 years ago, you were hanging around with
Yeah.
Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, they're doing the Lord's work. They're
Yeah.
making people happy. They're doing jobs other people might not want to do. But I mean, think about the relief they bring to people.
True.
Sex
Very
workers could be stopping the next terrorists, man. It's really the stress that builds up in people that leads them to do evil
true.
things.
So blowjobs to save the world is,
Yes.
is what you're saying. All right.
Blowjobs for bullies is
There
an
we go.
idea I had before.
I'm here.
I mean,
for
yeah,
it.
can you think about how great the world would be if everybody was sexually released and relaxed at all times? Nobody would be fighting.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's incredibly true.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know Marilyn Manson as the Antichrist?
No, he's cool.
Okay.
He's a performer. He's an entertainer.
Okay.
I appreciate the art form. I like his act. It's good.
Okay.
I see you're wearing the shirt.
Yeah. I wore it just for you.
It's nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, the devil and God. The devil was an angel up there. He was one
True.
of God's friends.
Yeah.
So he's doing our work too. It's it's two sides of the spectrum. We can't only have good, or it wouldn't mean anything. There has to also be evil. Life's a lot about balance. That's part of my message too. Moderation, balance.
Yin and yang.
Yeah, life's really not that complicated, which is, what I'm down to say. And it's a boring message, but the truth is simple. Just be decent to people, exercise, sunlight, water. It's not that hard.
So now, here's a question. Does Nicole like wearing glasses, or can you clear that up for her so she doesn't have to wear them if she doesn't want to?
Oh yeah, that'd be great if you
Well,
could work some miracle.
Here's the
that'd be
thing.
lovely.
This is actually interesting. We used to have a lot more power over doing miracles in the real world like that, but the devil has a great legal team. So he's actually kind of restricted the things we do, because I mean, we saved one woman from getting hit by a train, and 18 years later she drowned her kids, and we've never heard the end of that. So there's been arguments over divine intervention and whether or not it's should be legal. But we're still able to do real small stuff every now and then. But yeah, just like fixing the eyes. I mean, technically I have the ability to, but I would never hear the end of it if I did.
All right.
Yeah.
Now here's my question. Of all the places on earth you could have been dropped,
Yeah.
why Tampa, Florida, man?
I ask the same question.
I mean,
really
why
don't
not
know.
why not like Miami or Vegas or, well, I mean, most of those towns are shitholes at the moment, but
I have no idea why God put me in Tampa. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people need me more here than other places. Maybe it's a good central location. I really don't know yet. I mean, I think I'll figure it out as I go along. That's usually how things work with me and God. He'll put me in a situation. I'll learn a lesson. It'll all start to make sense.
or was the reason that you would dropped here is because he just wants you to bring back some devil crab?
Bring back some deviled crab.
Yeah.
Yeah, God's a fan of every kind of food, really. I mean, he loves our humans' creativity with what they do with his animals and all the stuff he puts on the ground.
I like doing things with animals, cooking them and eating them. You
Of
weird-
course.
weird
Yes.
people.
I can't imagine what else you'd be talking about.
I don't know. JV's asking, can you cure COVID, please?
Oh man. Well, again, that's I can't do that. I want to. I wish I could, but you know, we just kind of have to let this thing run its course, or we're overstepping our boundaries. It's like, you know, God created this thing, you know, it's basically an experiment, kind of his own version of The Sims that he just sits back and watches.
Or like sea monkeys.
Yeah, he makes a thing, and you know, he doesn't want to. If he interacted too much, then the world would completely change, because everybody would be begging for God to interfere at all times. So we kind of need to step back and let everybody do their thing.
Do all of the really good entertainers, particularly musicians, go to hell, or are there any good ones in heaven?
Most of them are in heaven. They're all pretty good people. Yeah, because we also focus on the influence people have as a whole, where it's like, if a performer
Where's
is making
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson,
Where is Michael Jackson?
well, that's
He's not privy to that information
Well,
right now.
Michael Jackson went through a few different phases, and he's kind of in purgatory, we'll say. We're gonna keep him somewhere for a few million years, and then we'll check on him and talk to him.
All right.
But yeah, you know, we're not happy with him, but it is a tough situation, because he really did shape the whole world in a huge way. So it's kind of hard to deny his influence on humanity. So,
And
you know, it's a
and you know, he touched the people, and
he
touched
did.
the
Yeah,
little boys.
it's an absolute
Different
shame.
touching, but
Yeah, the negative things he did are unacceptable, but the positive things he did are also undeniable. So yeah, we're in a tough spot. He's just kind of floating in limbo right now.
all right, I can take that.
What was the fruit?
What was the fruit?
What was the fruit?
What, the apple? Or
Or
the
not?
Adam and Eve fruit.
Yeah.
Oh,
what the yeah, the tree of knowledge that
Yeah.
they ate from? Yeah, that was an apple.
Are you sure?
Why? What do you think?
I think it was a pomegranate.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I mean, from what I've been told, I wasn't there at the time. I didn't exist yet when Adam
Yeah,
and Eve were there.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
I came a lot later. But
Right.
yeah, I was told it was an apple. Probably
Okay.
looked like an apple, something like that.
All right.
Yeah, which really isn't, you know, what a weak trade, huh? I mean, giving up everything.
I don't even
just
like
to-
apples.
Yeah, it's
I just
it's
like
kind of a
granite.
letdown. Yeah, imagine losing everything you could ever want in life because you were curious about this one thing, which, you know, again, was an experiment for God. You know, he started out as this overbearing parent, this helicopter parent who gave humanity everything we could ever want, just with one rule, to test their loyalty. And, you know, they broke it. So God's very emotional. You'd be surprised. He likes to portray himself as this all-powerful stoic figure, but he has emotions. But, you know, that's not negative. Emotions are just a thing that exists.
true. All right, I gotta ask a question. I've been trying not to ask, but I just gotta know. I gotta know at this point. When you jerk off, is it like this or is it like this through that hole in the
Oh.
hand?
Well, the hand's
it's-
healed, as you can see.
Okay, it's been eating. I've had to ask that question.
I mean, yeah, I was in that tomb for a little bit with nothing to do until God, put my spirit back in there. But yeah, I didn't do it through the nail holes. I just thought
Okay.
that might be a little too
All right.
much.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no,
been,
don't
it's been
worry.
eating. I needed to know this.
Yeah.
It's been on my head for years.
You got to understand too. It's a nail hole. You know, it's not that big.
True.
Yeah, I mean,
True.
yeah,
From
I
the
don't-
Middle East, I get it.
Yeah, I
I
don't think
know.
I don't think I could have put it through my hand. It would have hurt too.
Do you like hummus?
I do. Hummus is great.
Oh,
Who
okay.
doesn't like hummus?
Heathens.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes, you're right.
Send them right to hell. Just make sure it's good hummus, though. Bad
Mm,
hummus should be punishable by eternal damnation.
not that much, but yeah.
Have you ever had some really bad hummus?
No.
Exactly. Question. Can I really be a terrible person my whole life, like really terrible, with zero redeeming qualities whatsoever, but then apologize on my deathbed and slip into heaven with that loophole?
Well, surprisingly, yes, but only if it's a genuine apology. So we're the judge of that. We feel, we see everything going on inside your body. We can tell whether you're being honest or not. So in most cases, the people don't make it because we know it's just some sort of Hail Mary at the end. But yeah,
Literally.
it's literally a Hail Mary at the end. But yeah, if someone is genuinely sorry and they can articulately explain why they deserve to come in and why things were the way they were, it's a lot about trauma. Some people kind of
So it's not just My bad.
No, I mean, again, it's kind of a strange system God made, but yes, if you are
Ooh.
genuine, you can get through.
If Trump dies tonight, where is he probably going? And just for the NSA listening, this isn't a threat. We're just asking a hypothetical question.
Well, I don't know. I don't know where he would go if he died tonight. We you know, there's a lot of stuff that happens after you die as well. Your soul, you know, we put you through some trials and questions and tests. We we kind of see what's going on.
I think he'd be ground up into Cheetle, which is the powder for Cheetos.
Oh,
I think that's what
that's a real thing.
they call it. Cheetle.
Huh.
Cheetle.
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. That's what Donald Trump
Fantastic
would be.
actor.
Yes.
I feel like that Cheeto Trump dust would taste good tossed in pork rinds. Or pork rinds tossed in the Cheeto dust.
That actually sounds delicious.
I mean,
Now
yeah,
I want pork rinds tossed in Cheeto dust. Can you make that happen?
I mean, technically, humans would be the healthiest thing you could eat. It's got everything you need,
True.
but you shouldn't do it.
Is that frowned? Is cannibalism frowned upon?
Yeah,
in heaven?
cannibalism's a little down. I mean, again, depends where you live, depends what the situation is.
I was gonna say if in like a dire situation, like
if
the
you're starving in
plane
a
crash in
tribe,
the Andes, the movie Alive.
yeah,
where they had a-
as long as you don't kill the person to eat them. If they die and then you eat them, that's okay to keep you alive.
what if
But
it's like a mutual agreement? You get like 6 people, and they're like we have to kill one of us. One of us has to die so the rest can live.
still
And
not
one
okay.
guy's like, "I'll take one for the team. You
Oh,
can kill me."
Well, if he volunteers himself,
Yeah.
then yes, that's
Yeah.
totally cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. So that fits into the loophole.
yeah, that's in the loophole.
Does that make him a martyr?
Kind of, yeah. If
Okay.
you die for other people to live, you're definitely a martyr. Yeah.
Does he get 70 virgins?
Well, that might not actually exist. The 70 virgin part.
No.
That's just been
Good
that
thing
was
it-
a
good
yeah
thing I
that was a
didn't convert.
co-opted they just kind of made that up. That's not true.
Is the guy with the camera an official emissary of heaven, or is he just some contract laborer? And if so, is he earning some points for himself doing this job?
Well, I actually don't know who this is.
We hired him because Jesus is coming
Oh, you
in,
did?
so I want to make sure we
Okay.
document.
Yeah,
this
I
shit.
mean,
I don't know
he's-
his name because he's not important enough for me to know his name.
Okay,
He's
no,
just
I mean,
the camera dude. That's his
yeah,
name.
I guess
Camera
he's
dude.
he's documenting the experience. Yeah, I think this is part of God's plan because we're gonna take all the footage from my existence this third time down, and we're gonna put it into some compilation, and hopefully it'll put out a good message.
Nice. Okay, we're caught up with the viewers. So what have you been doing? Besides, are you just like wandering the streets talking to
Well-
people? Did you get a job? I mean, what are you doing?
Well, I'm down here to perform stand up.
Okay.
Yeah, God sent me down because he wants me to give a gospel, do his word, but because we're in 2020, things have changed. People's attention span is different. What people pay attention to is different. So God decided the most effective way to get out his message would be through stand-up comedy because people don't listen to messages unless it's entertaining.
So you're getting like booked? Are you just doing open mics, or is it like a biblical bringer
Well,
show? What are we doing?
Yeah, I've never done stand-up before. That was a new one for me. So I've been doing open mics. I've been able to get on some club shows.
Nice.
I've done some public performances at parks and amphitheaters.
Now, by public performances at parks and amphitheaters, do you mean like you're just showing up and just
Yeah,
going, whether there's an audience there or not?
I'm walking around the city. I'm telling people that I'm back and I'm here to perform for them. And I'm, like barking for a comedy show. I'm telling them, please come to my, my speech, my
Okay.
performance. And I just perform for whoever decides to show up.
Now,
Hey-
what's the biggest crowd you've gotten so far?
Well, the public shows have been very small.
Okay.
Like one of them was maybe 3-4 people. Other one maybe 8-10 people scattered around a park. But they've been receptive. It's been very good as far as people's response. I did one packed Friday night room comedy club, and it did not go well.
No.
Yeah, some people could not get over the fact that Jesus was in front of them. They just they stared at me
Awestruck?
like the Romans did.
Ah.
And I could read their minds, and they were just thinking blasphemy. And they didn't like it. They didn't like me being there to perform from, which is, again, 2020 years, you'd think everybody would be happy to see me, but
Now, have you encountered any members of the clergy Yeah, and how have they
I
reacted
actually,
to Jesus coming? Because I figured they'd be losing their fucking minds.
I ran into a street preacher with his team the other day, and I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, I heard you talking about my dad," and he immediately started shouting false prophet at me. He started trying to test me. He said, "What's the most important commandment, huh? Who's God? Tell me what God is." And they didn't accept any of my answers, so they yelled at me for a while. But eventually, they kind of came around and realized that I just have positive intentions. And I confronted them because
now, they did realize that you didn't write the 10 Commandments, right?
No.
Okay.
But I don't know why they wanted to test me, like name your 5 favorite Jesus songs or whatever. But I confronted them because a lot of street preachers, as I'm sure you've seen, are very aggressive and abrasive. They'll kind of assault people, try to shame people. But that doesn't work. If you're mean to somebody, they're not going to want to listen to your message.
True.
You have to approach people with love and kindness. So yeah,
and that's what we need more. We need more of that these days.
Yeah, I mean, everybody fighting on the internet. You don't change somebody's mind when you go, "You're dumb, you're stupid." You have to talk to people and try to understand their perspective, because if you can put yourself in somebody else's shoe or viewpoint, it's a lot easier to understand where they're coming from and work with them in a productive manner.
True.
How's your stand-up comedy been different from your previous public speaking experience?
Punchlines now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've learned how to structure jokes, but also do them with historical context to my first couple existences down here. And so it's been cool to try to weave in positive undertones to silliness, but also trying to inform people and educate at the same time.
I'm going to read these out of order, but the people with the signs on 7th Avenue in Ybor claim they're doing God's work, but they seem very angry, hurtful, and just unpleasant people.
Yeah.
Can someone tell them to dial that back?
Yeah, I've tried to talk to them before as well. Those people are tortured souls. They've had issues in their own life, which has led them to believe that this is the most effective thing they should do. But it's not. It's just them getting out the pain inside of themselves and trying to make other people feel bad. So they're not doing good things. And we don't support that.
So now here's one, and I may have to explain. Has God seen the film Plane Train?
God has seen everything.
Really?
Yes,
what do you think of Plane Train? Is it John Jacobs and Clark Brooks and telling jokes?
God's got a great sense of humor. I mean, again, I told you
I've seen the platypus. I know he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah. God. I mean, he's literally seen and done and created everything. So when he sees humanity create new things, he loves abstract ideas. He loves seeing people work outside of the box. He gets a kick out of it, because he made us.
Now, does he ever look down and see some of the shit we do and shake his hand and just think, say I should just destroy the whole fucking thing right now?
All the time.
Okay.
Oh, all the time.
Okay. What's what's the one thing that God will see that will tell you that he's close to just pulling the plug?
Usually food items.
Really?
Stuff like the double down, like 2 pieces of chicken. It's great. It's great for a reason, of course. It tastes amazing.
What?
Food wrapped around other food is always good.
It's always
That's
good,
true.
But there tends to be a higher level of suffering involved in some of those. So the more abstract and unhealthy the food is, God isn't a big fan of that.
See, does God show favor to vegans or to
just healthy people in general? Doesn't have to be vegan.
He said it earlier, moderation.
Yeah, moderation again. And I mean,
I'm going to hell then.
I mean, God created a lot of these animals for us. Humans are dominant over animals. We have full domain on everything on earth except each other, really. So
see, I would have almost expected God to listen to the Cardi B song WAP that just came out and be like, I'm ready. Really?
Oh yeah, he likes WAP.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, it's again, it's a balance of, is it doing more good than it is harm? And in this case, he loves the response. People have rallied around it, and just the happiness it brings to people. He likes that. So maybe at first with new things, he'll see it and he'll go, oh, this has got to be bad.
But now, what does God think of that Netflix thing, Cuties, glorifying and objectifying 11-year-old girls? How's he feeling with that one?
Well, it's I told you, no softballs. It's objectifying the girls in itself. The people watching it are they're kind of perverting what it is.
Okay.
It's kind of like all the nude paintings and sculptures back in the day you'd see around. Those in and of themselves are not bad. It's the ideals that people place into it. So yes, young girls dancing is not necessarily a good thing or positive thing, but you know, a different perspective on something can be okay.
Okay.
We have another question. Does God hear every prayer, even the silly ones like people praying for material things?
God hears all of them. Yeah, the praying for like silly things and fun things, it's more effective to just pray for general things that you can fit into the category of. You know, maybe like, dear God, please bless all good people and help good people thrive and do better. And so it's, you know, if you ask for specific things, God notices that, and, you know, he kind of responds to prayers in order of kind of how well they're structured and what the intention is behind it.
okay.
So, you know, the more overall positive messages people put out, please help everybody, please do that, God sees that and goes, hey, good for you. You know, God notices when people are being selfless. So yeah, if you're just asking for a boat every week, God hears it, but he's probably not going to give you a boat.
But then what he should do is steal the boat and then ask for forgiveness.
That's one way to do
Use the
it.
loophole. I mean,
There's a loophole, but again, that forgiveness has to be completely genuine. So if it's premeditated, odds are that it's not going to work.
why does God do mean things like take people's pets and grandparents and little babies?
Well, you'd be surprised how God does things because everything happens for a certain reason. So you might think something is absolutely terrible, but in reality, if it didn't happen the way it did, it could be much worse. So if your dog dies or something in a rough way, you know, you never know. Maybe the next day it could have died in a much worse, more gruesome way that would have been much more traumatic.
Okay.
So you have to try to focus on how much worse things could have been.
Well, because, you know, what that makes me think of is, you know, the Jews are God's chosen people. Yet, I mean, you know, it was a little thing called the Holocaust. That was kind of shitty.
Well,
You know,
again, the whole idea of, you know, Jews being the chosen people, everybody's the chosen people. The Jews are not more special than any other religious group.
all right.
So yeah, everybody's even. But yes,
Which religious group is completely wrong though? Which is the ones like they're going down. They don't know it. They think they're going to heaven, but they're going down in flames.
Scientology.
So yeah, Scientology is about, you know, paganism, witchcraft. Not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of you know, people impersonating God.
Okay.
You know, the people creating false idols, doesn't like that. You know, pray to a statue, whatever, whatnot.
So now is Billy Idol a real idol or a false idol?
Billy Idol?
Yeah.
Well, that's just his name. He's not an idol.
All right.
Yeah,
I thought I'd trip you up on that one.
almost.
You right over there, Nicole?
No.
You know,
Jesus
that a
makes me
little more.
nervous.
why?
What?
I've done a lot of sitting in my life.
You've done a lot of sinning?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Well, the fact that you'd be nervous or aware of it shows that
So-
you're good.
So
right?
you turn the water into wine.
Mm-hmm.
The bread was your flesh.
Mm-hmm.
What was the mayo
The mayo where?
at the Last Supper?
There was no mayonnaise at the Last Supper.
Oh.
Oh, on the fish and bread sandwiches that you gave to 5,000
Yeah,
people.
seriously.
500
That was
people.
just fish and bread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just two ingredients there.
What does God think about science? For it or against it? Pro or con?
He loves science.
Yeah.
Science is just the breakdown of stuff he's made.
Okay.
So because he had to do all this science to make it, he invented science. So he created atoms, he created every element because he had to think about how everything balanced out perfectly the way it does. That was kind of the big issue with Earth. You know, when people talk about like, oh, if God created Earth, why didn't he just make another one instead of, you know, washing it out for Noah? It's like he worked really hard on this. It's like, even though time isn't real, that doesn't negate how much effort he put into something. I mean, you know, he makes ants and then he realizes that there's got to be something else to balance out that. So he creates a million different species, a million different everything. So yeah, he put a lot of effort into this. So he cares a lot. And yeah, science is, you know, kind of godlike stuff.
Okay. It's just a study of God.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Alchemy. It's all stuff he did. He created all of it.
So we want to do 20 questions?
Yes, let's ask Jesus
Let's
20
do 20
questions.
questions.
Wonderful.
We'll drop in. Okay. Where is?
It's
20
also great to
questions?
meet you guys in person.
Yeah, likewise.
Because
man.
I mean, I've seen everything you guys have done your whole life.
I'm
but
sorry.
I've
Like
never been able
everything?
to-
Like
oh,
everything?
I mean, I choose not to watch some of it, but I mean, I
so
hear
like, can people in heaven like see what people are doing on Earth? Like,
yes,
if I'm watching some like really raunchy porn, jerking off and strangling myself,
People
it seems
can
like
watch
people can
it.
watch me.
yes, but they don't. Most,
There are some people I'm sure are watching it, and that's a little creepy.
but you also got to understand they can watch anybody. So
okay,
you know, the odds are they're not.
not watching
hanging
me.
around.
They're
Yeah,
not
they're-
watching this.
Yeah,
It's kind of-
yeah.
okay.
You'd be surprised how many people are still kind of obsessed with celebrity culture up there too. They love. I mean, people still follow the current trends. They like to pretend that they're still on Earth and be a part of it.
Okay.
So
All right, so here we go. 20 questions. We asked this of all our guests, including our Lord and Savior. Some of these are light and topical. Some of them are deep and philosophical, which
Wonderful.
shouldn't be a problem for
this
you.
will be fun.
So here we go. It's actually we call it 20 questions, but I'm Polish and I don't know how to count, so it's more than 20 questions. But
Okay.
just close your eyes and let it happen, like Bill Cosby said.
Uh-huh.
All right. All right. So number one, what is your non-alcoholic drink of choice? Jesus.
Water,
Yeah.
source of life, man.
There you go.
One of the basic things. We're
And
like
you
70%.
can turn it into wine when
exactly.
you want to. So
yeah,
that's- there you
it's
go.
a great base for whatever I want.
All right. Number two, favorite color.
Favorite color, all of them.
Yeah.
I can't choose. Yeah, because
You don't
they
have
all.
one.
No,
like-
no, I love them all equally. Every color. Yeah, they're special in their own way.
All right. Do you prefer a dog or a cat?
Again, love both. I mean, I guess personally, dogs are a little more. They tend to be slightly more loving. They
Okay.
do. I mean, you got to work a little harder for the cat, which is fine. They're both equally, but dogs are. Their mentality is they're set on love usually from the beginning.
Now, I'm not sure how this would, how you'd answer this one, because I mean, you're Jesus. What is the strangest job Jesus ever had?
Well, yeah, carpentry was mostly all I did before. I mean, I was kind of a runner for stuff when I was younger. I'd, run things from one building to another. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Cleaning.
All right.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
No, nothing crazy.
All right. Number 5. What is Jesus's biggest fear? What are you afraid of?
My fear is that humanity will disappoint God. I'm
I don't know,
part.
look around. They're doing a pretty good job of that.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I'm part human, but I'm also part of God. So, I mean, I love God, and I respect all He's done, and I want him to feel like He didn't create all this in vain.
You just
know?
want your dad to be proud
Yes,
of
I
you.
just want to
You don't
make
wanna
my dad
disappoint
happy.
Daddy.
Yeah, I just want to make Dad happy.
Number 6. Now, for you've had 2,000 years to listen to all the latest and greatest music.
Yes.
What is your guilty pleasure song? What is the song you don't want the other angels to know that you rock the fuck out to?
Highway to Hell's pretty good.
That is.
Yeah,
That is.
they don't like it if you
Running
sing
with
that
the
up there.
Devil.
Yeah, it's all catchy stuff, and again, it's not necessarily evil to say that stuff out loud, but it's not really.
It's not
like-
cool. It's not cool to be
Yeah,
in
it's
heaven
kind of like
hanging out.
it's like wearing the other team's jersey. and
Gotcha.
yeah,
All right.
so
That's fair.
Yeah.
What fictional character do you most identify with?
oh man, probably Neo from the Matrix.
Now, just so you know, we've had people answer Jesus to that.
Okay,
So,
I mean,
smite them.
I'm
Smite
super-
them.
No, I'm happy that it could. Oh, to say
Because
it's
fictional. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, they're they're
clearly
being
you're
funny.
here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you want me to do.
How do you feel about Superman?
He's great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Superman's awesome.
Number 8. Do you prefer vanilla or chocolate?
Either one on different days depends how I'm feeling.
All right.
Yeah.
What is the go-to comfort food? So,
Go to comfort food.
like it could be something from back
Oh,
then,
man.
from
Yeah,
back
it
when
was-
you were growing
yeah,
up.
when,
and,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, 2020 years ago. Yeah, it was mostly pretty basic, plain stuff. Yeah, the fish and the bread. There wasn't too much. I mean, yeah, I could eat a whole loaf of bread by myself for sure. I could just sit down and eat bread.
so the
forever.
basic staple of bread
Yeah,
would be your favorite.
yeah, I'm surprisingly boring, as you can kind of tell. I mean, I'm not too out anywhere. I'm
Do
just
you like
pretty.
do you like
I'm pretty-
matzah, pita,
Yeah, I like-
leaven?
yeah, a pizza's great.
Okay,
All
yeah.
kinds of ingredients. Yeah, the more ingredients mixed together, I like that. I like a taste of
Okay.
everything.
Unless it's a KFC double down, and then that's
Right.
blasphemy right there. All right. Number 10, and you've had plenty of time to watch all of the movies. What is your favorite cheesy movie?
Favorite cheesy movie? Oh man, I like the Monty Python movies. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Anything, holy's in the title. God likes that.
There you go.
Any stuff with biblical language involved makes.
Now, how'd
makes
you
me
like The
happy.
Life of Brian? Because
That
would
was
be,
great too.
I mean, actually, that's another question off the 20 questions. Like you go to these churches now, and the one symbol that everybody embraces is the cross.
The cross.
I mean, doesn't that make you feel uncomfortable? It's like somebody who
kind of
got
strange.
who got murdered with an axe, and like
Again, organized religion sometimes does some detrimental stuff. Yeah, I don't know why they focused on the symbolism.
because I figured that'd be the last thing you want to be associated.
I was nailed
with.
to it. It's not my favorite thing to see, I guess. But again, I mean, I don't hold on to anything. I've been gone. None of my past affects me. I have no. I mean, I clearly had physical trauma and some pretty intense times, but all that gets washed away the second you leave.
So now, have you seen the movie The Passion of the Christ?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
I guess you wouldn't want to
need
watch. Yeah, I was gonna say, how accurate was that to the ass
I
whipping
don't
you
need
got?
to relive that day
All right,
too
fair,
much. That
that's
was
fair.
a tough day.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah,
It was pretty, because it all happened so fast. I didn't know that was going to happen until, right until it happened, because God was with me in my head up until telling me what to do. So, when he told me, he was like, it's going to get pretty rough from here, but just trust me, it's going to be fine. So, I just kind of go with it. I don't doubt. I don't question it.
Close your eyes and let it happen.
Yeah, pretty
Exactly.
much.
All
And
right.
I mean, it all worked out as you can kind of see.
Yeah, I mean, you look good. Not a day over 2033.
Yeah, it's a nice, new physical form he put me back in.
What is your favorite literary work?
I mean, I like the Odyssey. Homer's pretty good.
Okay.
I like adventure stuff. Lord of the Rings. Those nice. Yeah, I like long drawn out stories.
You got a lot of
fun.
time to read them, I imagine.
Yeah, fantasy worlds. Yeah, plenty of time. Anything I want to do at all times.
See, now this next one it is almost irrelevant to ask a man like Jesus. If you could have lived through any time period, what time period and why? So I guess if you could be on Earth or could have been on Earth
At any
for
other time.
any time period, like
Yeah.
what would you want to come down and rock out to?
I liked the 80s. I like the
The
hairstyles.
1980s.
Yeah, the 1980s.
I could tell you like the you like the
the
hairstyle.
hair, it's still stuck. The music was cool. The lights were cool. There was a brief moment in time. I mean, the cocaine use was a bit excessive, and we didn't really like
but
that.
it came from the Earth.
It kind of, yeah, it did. There was some other stuff mixed in to the
True,
cocoa leaf
true,
and all that.
true.
But yeah. So yeah, I like the 1980s. That was a cool time.
Number 13, what is your adult beverage of choice?
Probably wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that was mostly what we did back then. We didn't have beer yet, so I don't think I've ever had a beer. I
Really?
haven't done that yet.
Why
Yeah,
not?
I mean,
See, now
I'll get around
Benjamin
to it, I guess.
Franklin once said that beer is proof that God loves men and wants them to be happy.
okay. Well,
So you should try beer.
I should. I mean, if
'Cause
it's anything like wine, I'm sure I'll love it.
It's almost exactly like
Does,
wine.
yeah, it does the same.
Just a little
effect,
fizzy.
right?
It's
Right.
good.
Yeah,
It's like
Makes you-
champagne.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's just classy wine.
okay. Sure.
It's delicious. Number 14. See, again, this is a tough question to ask Jesus. Celebrity free pass. Usually we ask this of our guests, that if they had the option to nail any celebrity, and the celebrity
Wait, maybe you need to change that wording for him.
No, I'm leaving it
nail.
in. No, I'm leaving it in.
Oh my.
One of my favorite Jesus
trigger
jokes.
some memories.
One of my favorite Jesus jokes. Jesus walks into a hotel, gives the innkeeper 3 nails, and says, "Could you put me up for the night?"
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
that's pretty funny.
I know.
I
I'm
like
going to
that.
hell though.
It's hard to make such a traumatic event funny.
Okay,
but
so if
that's
you
good.
could if you could know any celebrity in the biblical sense,
right,
and they in this hypothetical, they have to be a willing participant, so
Uh-huh.
no Bill Cosby action.
right.
What celebrity would Jesus? What celebrity does Jesus fancy?
Tilda Swinton's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, she looks, she looks kind of gender neutral. She's got an omnipotent that she reminds me kind of God,
Okay.
So, and I mean, I know that doesn't mean I want to sleep with God. I mean,
Who
it's not
doesn't?
bad if you want to, but
I mean, I
mean,
envision it as Alanis Morissette.
yeah,
so
I mean,
I'm
it's
good
the
with
most,
sleeping
yeah,
with God at
it's
that
the
point.
most
Yeah.
powerful, potent thing that exists. So,
See, here another question that might be tough, because have you ever driven a car?
no, Never driven a car.
Okay, so what your dream car or first car would be irrelevant because you've never had one.
Yeah, they all look fun. Maybe a convertible would
Oh,
be nice.
nice.
The wind going in the hair could be pretty fun. I can imagine that.
It's really nice when you go across the bridge over here. And
Oh,
the
yeah,
wind and the
I
salt air.
bet.
It's lovely.
Nice.
Again, what is the first album you ever bought?
Well,
Which
we
I
never
mean,
had
yeah,
to deal with money.
Yeah.
We just kind of get it up there
Yeah,
in the cloud.
Yeah,
you know,
what's the
so-
first recorded album that you were like, I need to have that, and you got it, and you rocked out to it?
Oh man. Well, it's pretty unfortunate, but yeah, it was Michael Jackson. So it was before it was before he lost his way. But
Thriller.
yeah, Thriller was absolutely wonderful. Big fan of that.
Next one, and this is actually a good one. What social cause does Jesus most stand for?
What do I most stand for?
Yeah, what?
I think just human rights, just all humanity. I think everybody deserves equal rights, no matter who you are and where you're from. So it's hard to categorize into one thing, but I mean, I want to prevent physical harm from people. So, people getting turned into slaves and locked up and stuff is pretty upsetting to me. So yeah, anything that causes the most trauma to humanity, that's usually what I'm thinking about. But that changes kind of day by day, depending on what's going on in the world.
Okay, makes sense. Do you play video games?
Yeah, we've played some video games.
What is your favorite video game?
Favorite video game? I like like MMORPGs. Again,
Okay.
like adventure stuff, collect things, and yeah, it feels like an adventure. You make friends, you build up stuff, get experience. It's it's like human.
It's almost like you're when you were here last time, walking around,
Yeah,
meeting
a
people,
lot of
going on
walking,
quests,
talking.
and
yeah, I love interaction. I
Okay.
really like because I mean that's what I was kind of made for. I was created to talk to people. So
see, here's another question. It's hard to ask Jesus. What is the most interesting, crazy, weird, bizarre fact about Jesus that would
Bizarre
surprise everyone?
oh man, jeez. I don't know. Bizarre fact about
Yeah, like is
myself.
Jesus lactose intolerant? Is he,
Hmm.
can he not eat gluten? I mean, what's
I'm kind of deaf in one of my ears.
what?
I'm kind of
Got him.
yeah. It was when I was young. There's something like a horse and donkey kind of kicked near my head or something.
Hey, when that happens.
Yeah.
If you could have any job, what would you
Mhm.
consider your dream job to be? I mean, the Son of God is a pretty rad job.
Well, I mean, I love motivational speaking. So, going to schools, assemblies, talking to people, that's my thing. I'm a great talker. Maybe not in this moment, but
That's all right. You're doing fine.
I'm still trying to get my bearings again. I've been gone for a while.
Yeah. And then they dropped you in Tampa. So
Yeah.
that really
I mean,
just,
communicating with people in heaven is a lot different because I mean, you don't even have to be verbal, you can communicate just through thoughts
Okay.
because we're all kind of floating around doing our thing. But so just talking to people on earth again is it's interesting.
Has there
Number
been any language barriers, or is
There's
it one
been
of those?
some slang term I haven't really picked up yet. Just random words I
Like-
can't even.
Like, can you think of any off the top of your head or?
I don't know, some musical references. I've heard the term bop a few times. People say bop. I don't know.
Okay.
Where the hell are you hanging out?
I'm talking to everybody, man.
That's true. Does it have the word kids in front of it with a Z?
No.
Are they listening to Kids Bop?
I've
All right,
I've
sure.
heard of that though. Yes.
This will settle this matter once and for all, everyone. So this is definitive answer. Is the earth round or flat?
It's round.
Thank you, Jesus.
It is round. I don't know how they did such a good job. Well, that was part of the devil as well. The devil's constantly trying to throw people off of the truth because they want people to go down to hell.
With as many morons as there are walking this earth, it's probably not too hard of a job. for 'em.
It's pretty you'd be we hear they laugh about it and brag about it. Devils, they're always like, oh, we got another one today, it's so easy. Like up in heaven, God and the angel, we got it's really hard. It's a lot harder to save people than it is to lead them to something they want really bad anyway. So yeah, it's tougher to enforce restrictions or moderation.
Okay, now when you were a very young Jesus,
Mhm.
what did you want to be when you grew up? Before you knew that you were the Son of God, what did you want to be when you grew up?
we played soccer when I was a kid. There's balls around Jerusalem and stuff. We'd kick them around. It was fun.
All right.
Well, Nazareth, I guess technically. I went to Jerusalem later. Yeah.
All right. So now that you're here in
Mhm.
2020,
Yes.
iPhone or Android?
Well, Android, because Apple is still a trigger for us. Yeah,
That's
so-
fair.
Yeah,
That's
the
fair.
Apple, especially because it has a bite out of it on the symbol. We're like, dude, what the heck? So yeah, that's God. He threw a bunch of stuff around that day when they made that logo.
Well, we approve of Android over Apple. So,
Okay.
So you get bonus points for that
Why is it that you like Android more than Apple?
because it's not Apple.
Okay,
Because Steve Jobs was a giant piece of shit, and I hope he's burning in hell.
you didn't like Steve?
Nah, not at all.
Why not?
Because he took the credit for the hard work of other people without giving them the
That's
credit.
true.
Whereas you
did.
look at somebody like Elon Musk nowadays, a lot of people compare Elon Musk to Steve Jobs. Elon Musk gives the credit
right.
to the people doing the work.
That's true.
Jesus, are
And-
there aliens?
Well, there's other life out there, and I can't talk much about that one.
Okay.
Yeah, God tries to keep each world doing their own thing. We don't want to influence too much there.
All right, Nicole, you have the one question for him, or actually, do you have
Jesus.
more than one question?
Jesus, can you take us through a typical day in the life?
A typical day in the life. You mean back here on Earth now, or when
Yeah.
I'm up in
Well,
heaven?
no, like a typical day right now. You're a typical
Right
day
now.
In your how's your life going on a daily basis?
Well, a lot of walking. That's always been my thing too. Jesus walks, love to walk. But yeah, walking around town, going around, talking to people. I kind of just everybody I stumble upon, I ask how they're doing, if they need anything, what can I do to help make their life a little better in whatever way I can. So yeah, most of my day is just talking to humanity, trying to help them out, really. And yeah, doing stuff like this, coming on podcast.
We appreciate you being here.
I appreciate the invite.
Do you have any other questions, Nicole?
No,
No.
I've already asked all my Jesus questions.
Oh, okay.
They just kind of come up.
That they do. Do you know
As-
Nicole's birthday was Monday? Yesterday?
I did. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Of course
I didn't
he
bring
knew
it up
it.
earlier. Yeah, sorry I didn't bring it
Of
up
course he knew.
earlier.
He was Jesus. He was there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't have to just ask me questions the whole time. If there's just anything in general you want to talk about, we can just
I
just
don't.
chat it up.
You don't.
I don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that seems to be kind of a common thing. Yeah, but nobody because nobody really expects to see me. It's kind of just this hypothetical.
It
that's
is. I mean,
existed
this came up short notice. Hey, Jesus is
Yeah.
in town. He wants to do the FUBAR
It's
show.
like-
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
of
it's
all the
like when
shows.
when like two dogs are barking at each other, but then you open the gate and they just kind of stand there.
So now when dogs are barking at each other,
Mhm.
are they like, are they being nice to each other? Or are they just yelling "fuck you"?
Depends
at each other?
the
Is
tone
it,
of the
you know-
bark.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all just about the energy they're exuding
That's
in the
fair.
moment. Yeah.
Can you talk to animals?
Not verbally, but I can understand them. Like,
Okay.
they can look at me and I can sense their energy and their aura. So I can kind of tell what they want without an exact word. It's usually basic stuff like
So-
food, shelter.
Are actors and magicians liars?
Well, technically, the job of an actor is to kind of like live a lie on camera, but it's for the benefit of others, and it's not harming people because the lie ends when the movie ends,
Fair.
and the magician, it's the pretext is that we know this is a lie as well, so it's not harming people.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Now, are there any movies that God is pissed off that got made?
I don't know. None off the top of my head. I mean, things trigger him all the time. He doesn't always share everything with all of us. He doesn't, he likes to keep
He's
to
the
himself.
boss. So,
Yeah, he's the boss. We all just try to stay on our best behavior whenever he's looking at us and stuff. So we don't ask him too many questions unless it's like really important, because he's dealing with so much all the time. It never ends for him. I mean, they say Sunday's his day off, but that's only for Christians.
True.
The Jews give him Saturday. Other
So
religions
which
give
one
Mondays.
is his day off? Or is
He
that just
doesn't
the
have a day off.
So
Just
that's
different.
So like the Jews just
Yeah,
don't
the
bother
Jews
him
don't
on
bother him on
Saturday,
that
and
day.
The Christians don't bother him on Sunday.
He's still getting bothered every day.
All right.
It never stops. So it's like a double-edged sword because he loves it. He does. He really loves it. But it's it's kind of that thing too. Like, well,
Now Now, is there
When's
anything
it gonna stop?
anything that he wishes he should have done differently with the Earth? Is there something?
I think so, but he won't say it.
He won't say it?
wouldn't tell
No.
that. No. He's
Ah.
he's he's I don't want to say he's got an ego, but
So now, can
you
you
know.
can you freely go back, or are you stuck here?
I'm
Until...
stuck here until further notice.
Oh, that sucks.
I think because I haven't performed in a church yet. That's the thing.
Is
I
that
performed.
the goal?
Yes, I believe that's the goal. He wants me to perform in a church.
Now,
He
does
wants
it
me-
matter what church?
No, any church.
So it could be one of the fancy churches, like that the fancy church downtown here,
Yeah.
or
Could be
No.
anyone.
all right.
Yeah, he wants me to perform in a church. He that's the most effective place to him, and that's technically his house. So he wants me to be able to perform in his house, and I believe after I do that, he'll probably let me come back home.
I might
So-
know a church for you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Is
Yeah.
it the first church of the Gooey Dead and Discount House of Word? No.
No.
Sorry,
we'll
Don
talk
Imus.
off air.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm enjoying my time right now, but keeping my mind on the mission of to educate and inform in a positive, lighthearted, funny manner. I mean, I'm not the best at humor yet. I'm trying to get there.
So now, something I just thought of that I kind of always wondered about: how does the Easter Bunny and colored eggs factor into the death and resurrection of you? I mean, what the
again, that
fuck is
was
that
just
about?
co-opting our concept so they could sell stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, the Easter Bunny. Yeah, that has nothing to do with me. That's just companies selling stuff.
Is
Yeah.
Santa Claus real?
Well, that's that we did put out that story originally to try to convince children to be good, but the physical Santa, I don't know who's listening to this, so I don't want to talk.
Oh,
too
you can
much
talk about
it.
well, we're not targeted to kids.
Okay, well, yeah, the physical Santa isn't here. He kind of exists in heaven. The concept exists, but yeah, physical Santa, not real. But again, your parent is Santa, could be Santa, and we count that. So that's Santa.
That's fair.
What
Why
do-
the fuck does Florida Man exist?
Because
Why not? Because God needs
yeah, why not?
entertainment.
Yeah, again, platypus, man.
Like,
It's,
is shit like that like entertainment up
Yes.
there? Is that like you
Yes.
guys? God made the platypus for everybody to laugh at.
yes, yeah, the same way Florida Man, like they might do some questionable immoral stuff and they get punished, but you can still laugh
at
at somebody getting punished a little bit, because I mean, again, if Jesus died for your sins, we got to get something out of it. So if somebody's doing something bad, the least we can do is get some sort of entertainment out of it.
Okay.
So yeah, some of those people, a lot of those Florida men don't make it up there,
I would think not.
but we enjoy the entertainment.
Now,
for
once you're
sure.
up there, can you do something to get kicked out?
Yes, you can get kicked out.
What would get you kicked out of heaven?
Well, it's kind of the thing of, if you just really go into excess of negativity, we want to be positive up there. We want to be happy. And, we give people free reign to do whatever they want. So if somebody's kind of, causing a commotion, just screaming at everybody, being mean to people, we give them warnings, we put them in timeout. But if they don't change their behavior, we get them out of there.
So
I have a question.
Okay.
Why are mosquitoes?
Why are there mosquitoes?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you need reminders that the world exists around you, and it's like a little shock. It's like a little hit, and again, you got to focus on the positive. Think about when there's not mosquitoes.
Truth. There's
So,
not mosquitoes right
Yeah,
now.
there's not mosquitoes right now. So
Okay.
technically, every moment without mosquitoes is a positive moment.
Okay.
That's fair. So now going back to the performing in the church,
Mhm.
I mean, how much material do you have? I mean, are you just sitting on a tight five? Do you
Well,
got,
My set I've worked up right now is about 18 minutes.
okay.
So I have a nice,
That's pretty good. You've only been back for how long?
Yeah, I've only been back for maybe 5-6 weeks, something
That's
like that.
That's pretty impressive. 18
Thanks.
minutes. in
Yeah, I mean,
5 or 6 weeks.
based on the other open micers I've met, that seems pretty normal. I guess they
Yeah, but it's taken them 10 years to get to 18 minutes, most of them.
no, I've met a lot of comics who have only been doing it for a few weeks who claim that they deserve a Netflix special and stuff. So I
Oh.
guess that's kind of the mindset.
Well, I mean, the claiming, oh yeah.
I don't know really how it works. So
Yeah.
this is just what I see.
You the best way to explain how it works, it would be, have you ever seen sausage being made?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, just
Okay.
throw some shit into a casing and Netflix
Yeah.
will buy it.
And again, I mean, I don't know how long I have here. So I'm just, I'm trying my hardest. And I think just a general, positive attitude gets a long way with stuff like
Now,
this.
how about Jesus getting a Netflix special performing in a church?
That would be amazing.
That would be like the pin. Could you? Yeah, you can't do any better than
I
that.
think
at that
God would
point.
really like that. I think that would go above and beyond what he expected from me. I don't know what he expects to happen down here with me doing this, but yeah, I think a Netflix special in a church would just really make him feel good.
I mean, he's God though. He could just make that happen. We just want you to work for it.
Yeah, I mean, again, he doesn't
It's
want
like
to.
hiring your kid. You don't want to.
Yeah,
you don't want to make him vice
I
president.
have
without
to earn
qualifying.
it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be special. It wouldn't be pure. He needs to just put me down, let me go. He's given me the basic, simple mission: deliver the message through stand-up comedy.
Now, are you constantly looking over your shoulder for the Romans?
Well, I know that times have changed a little bit, so I'm not too
That's
worried
true.
about being physically, taken out of this world.
You
quickly.
you haven't looked around this world much, have you?
I mean, just based on my time so far, nobody's attacked me, so that's a good start. I mean, this time compared to back then, we make jokes about how bad the world is, but oh man, back then they're just throwing rocks.
Have you
at
walked down
strangers.
North Nebraska Avenue, sir?
Yeah, they're
It
still
is-
throwing rocks at
Yeah.
strangers.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's true. I guess that is true, but there's a little bit more I don't know, self-control, I'd say, among some of these people. But yeah, nobody's physically harmed me yet. So
Alright.
it's good. Fingers crossed.
Well, fingers crossed for it to happen, or for it
Fingers
to
crossed not.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't
wasn't
want
sure
that to happen
what
again.
your end game was.
No. I mean,
Um,
I never know if, God's going to call another audible. Who knows? He might.
You never know.
I might get a message in a few seconds. He might
So-
tell me something's going to happen.
So, like, I'm from New York. So when you're on the subway system in New York, there's always that crazy guy walking up and down the cars talking talking to God.
Yeah,
Is he actually talking to God, or is he talking to himself?
a little bit of both.
It's a little scary.
When you slip into kind of this state of delirium, you do get closer to the divine because you've given up kind of your physical state and you kind of become deep in consciousness. So God does hear a little bit of this, but for the most part, these people are just walking the line and they're on the
How
edge.
do you and your dad feel about hallucinogenic drugs?
We're totally cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, totally cool with hallucinogens. Because I mean, again, it's all about how you use things. But again,
Moderation.
yeah, moderation, and these things are growing out of the ground. We put them here for. I mean, I didn't, but God put them there for a reason.
So doing a line of coke off of a hooker's ass is cool.
That's a little further.
Well,
There's-
God likes sex workers. We've established that. He
Yes.
likes drugs. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Now
I mean,
you're nitpicking, man.
well, it depends because it depends where the coke came from, how it was made. It depends what the stripper's gone through, why she there. Yeah, sex workers can be great, but if it's a sex worker who's forced into it or who's only there because of trauma, that's
so
a
so
sad
it's got to be
scenario.
fair trade coke and
Yes.
fair trade hooker.
correct.
Okay.
Yes, there can be good and bad for every single thing in the world.
You look horrified, Nicole. Come
I
on.
like the idea of fair trade hooker.
It's out
you
there.
don't you don't like the idea of fair trade cocaine? I mean, this
I
is
mean, yes, that
this is all
too,
about
but
producing things in a sustainable and
Yes.
equitable manner.
It's all about the
it's all about intention. You said earlier.
intention and minimizing human suffering, all
Okay.
suffering in general. If there's minimal suffering, we're super happy because there's so much suffering and we hear about it all the time.
so you're against suffering. So
Yes.
so what is God's current stance on marriage? On monogamous
funny.
marriage. All right.
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. See,
Well,
being happy.
Also,
pleasure
you got to
against
understand
misery.
too when the concept of marriage was created, people died a lot younger.
All right.
So, I mean, marriage is a good thing, but we can understand where the frustration comes from. And, marriages can also work out rules where they bring in other people and, there's open marriages. So, you know,
So
it's all-
God's cool with that.
yeah,
Okay.
God's it's because it's again, it's all about the understanding between people, trust, honesty, truth. If you communicate well and your intentions are pure, then there's nothing wrong.
Okay.
It's just the going behind people's back stuff. If you lie to somebody, you know, cheat on them without telling them, that's the bad stuff. But if you approach your wife and say, hey, you know, I'd like to bring somebody else in, that's totally cool. Do your thing.
All right. See, I'm glad God has changed his ways.
Heard.
The
You're
world,
right.
the world changes. So, you know, God tries to tweak his view a little bit too.
That's
Inform
important.
and
It's-
adapt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good. It's good that
adapt for
God
sure.
is, you know,
You know,
adapting with
because
the
he
times.
wants to be loved. He wants to be cool with everybody. So he doesn't want, he doesn't want to be the man.
So now, heck, and you know, don't take offense to this,
Mhm.
but why does he keep sending? Why doesn't he just come down, him or herself, and take
Well-
form and doesn't have to like announce to the world that I'm God? Just come down and fucking chill.
Well, it's kind of that concept of like explaining the internet to an ant. You know what I mean? Where God is so complex and the energy itself is so radiant, where I
It's
don't think,
impossible to
you
dumb him
wouldn't-
down to human form.
yeah, like if
Gotcha.
he came down,
So we got you.
it might, yeah, I'm the next best thing, really, which, you know, I don't know how effective it is at all times, but yeah, if God came down, it might, you know, most likely would probably burn your eyes out or something. You probably wouldn't be able to handle it.
So just like in the movie Dogma,
You can't,
Holy shit.
yeah, you can't handle the truth, man. It's,
I know you know everything.
mhm.
Sorry for that thing I did when I was 8.
Oh, it's totally cool.
Okay,
You're apologizing,
Thank
and
you.
I mean, you know, guilt is a sign of humanity too. So, you know, we're mostly worried about the psychopaths who kill people and feel nothing.
I
That's
would
what
like
we
to
worry about.
apologize everything I've done from 1978 to 2042.
Okay, that was a little less believable of an apology. Not sure how genuine it was,
Sort of.
especially because you're using the future, which you haven't done anything in yet.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to post-date checks
What's that mean?
when you write the future date on your checks? You as Jesus.
What do you mean?
Like
Well-
if you were
well,
going to
hang
deposit.
on, I'm not sure if he because
I don't
they
think
didn't
I
have
understand.
checks back in Nazareth, so you know.
Oh, I guess do you use currency?
I kind of just I don't know. I've been lucky enough to talk my way into. Again, I
Oh,
don't
okay.
really need anything,
Okay.
so
All right.
I don't need it. I don't need to eat.
So
or
like
anything.
offerings at churches or like how do you
Well, yeah. Again, that's kind of up to what the church does with it. Most of a lot of that is unnecessary. It would be
20% of your
yeah,
income
the
is
the Vatican does not need all of that.
So you
Yeah.
mean he doesn't need a gold hat?
No, yeah, all of the pageantry and stuff we did. Yeah, the Pope stuff has been totally diluted. I mean,
well, the
yeah,
current pope doesn't wear the gold hat.
Oh.
yeah,
He stays humble.
I mean, the church could have many times over kind of stopped most human suffering just based on the amount of equity they have. But yeah, there's corrupt people, and you know, sadly, that's just how it is. And
So as a Catholic, eating meat on Friday is not going to send me to hell.
no,
You hear that, Mom?
you will not go to hell for eating meat on Friday. I can promise
Ooh, I
you
think
that.
I broke my microphone.
Unless it's unless it was some really
Check.
screwed up way of getting that meat, like if
Well,
you killed somebody and
I've
ate
done
them.
some weird shit.
Yeah.
Hang on one second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Hey Jesus,
Hey,
what's
Nicole,
what's going on?
hanging out on the first podcast I've ever done.
First podcast ever.
Yeah, they explained the concept to me, and it sounded right up my alley.
Oh,
Yeah,
how?
I
So
love
you
to
like
talk.
the idea of like airwaves and stuff?
Yeah, radio frequency. I mean, I love communicating and transporting information. That's
Mhm.
good. That's positive. You know, the internet does that too. But again, you know, it's the internet both ways, wide spectrum, good and bad. So yeah, everything kind of has that pendulum of it can be.
Jesus,
Used
do you
for
plan
good.
on opening a Facebook?
That could be something to do. Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't.
Why not?
Yeah, it's another way to get the word out. So I should I
You
should
could
do that.
potentially reach hundreds, or like in the case of
Yeah.
our show, we reach tens of people every week.
Yeah, you're right. I should do everything I possibly can to let people know that I'm out and about again.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, again, I mean, this is-
Otherwise, Al Gore invented the internet for nothing.
You
Yeah,
you really do look like friendly Jesus. That rendition was really accurate.
that's good.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, it. Well, he came back. He's clean shaven now. Except for the
Yeah.
hair, he's still got the Bon Jovi hair going.
Yeah, I guess over the years the beard has become a little more aggressive as a symbol. So God's wanted me to look nice and clean now.
All right. Still making you wear bed sheets though.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I liked this. This was not. I liked it. Before.
I guess it's comfortable. It's
yeah,
airy.
It's,
Now-
it's nostalgic. I like to.
Do you wear magic underwear under that, like the Mormons say?
No
Okay.
magic underwear underneath.
Any underwear at all, or does
I-
Jesus free bullet in his robes?
I didn't ask.
I'm not. Yeah,
I
I'm not gonna tell you guys that one. We'll leave something up to mystery.
Think about that, ladies.
No.
And Jesus is single, right?
I am single.
Single and you're ready to mingle.
Well, I mean, I don't really experience sexual urges. I mean, it's in me because I'm human. I'm part human,
Because
so
there's some hoes in
I
this
kind of
house.
feel it. Yeah, I feel it sometimes, but I don't really pursue it because that's not what I was put down here for. So I don't want to stray too far off of my mission.
All right.
So yeah, I feel I feel sexual urges.
Do you have any pets, Jesus?
I kind of see every animal as my pet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I love them all.
Okay.
Do dogs go to heaven?
Yes. All of them.
Oh,
that movie was
I
right.
heard that,
all
yeah.
dogs go to heaven.
What about cats?
Most cats go to heaven.
Most cats, that's what
go
I
to
like to
heaven. Some of them don't. Some of them don't.
What happens to black dogs?
What do you mean?
Whoa.
What?
2020.
Why is
Dog's
there a,
color doesn't matter.
Is there a stigma behind black dogs?
What do you
Well-
mean black cats?
No, I meant black dogs because when black dogs die, they go to guard the gates of hell.
Oh.
Well, Cerberus, the one specific 3-headed one that the devil made. That's just his one thing he made. They're not all.
They're
down
so
there.
cute though.
They are. Yeah, they're super cute.
I like puppies.
Like,
Yeah,
did he
we love
glue the
puppies.
heads on? Like, how did he make it? I mean,
Well, the devil also has some powers, so he gets to do some weird perverted stuff that we wouldn't necessarily do up in heaven.
basically, you need a VPN to watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, God, God likes the way his things were made. So when people try to like modify his creatures, that sometimes that offends him.
Okay.
Because he goes, I worked so hard on this. Why would you change my thing?
All right.
What's the name of that artificial intelligence chicken piece that's like stuck together? He's got a name.
Wait, what?
Like fake meat they made, or
No, there's like this thing that they made with artificial intelligence that they like made out of cells. They made some muscles and they like hooked up some electronics to it, and it literally just like crawls around looking like a chicken because it's.
I don't know, but that just sounds fucking like something you don't want to happen in
If
2020.
somebody's out there in listener land who knows what I'm talking about, please help me out here. I can't think of the name.
That kind of sounds a little disturbing, to be honest with you.
again, God usually waits until whatever the thing being made is done before he judges it because he doesn't know how people are going to use it yet. So like if they make something like this because they're trying to cure an illness or feed
Or
people,
for food.
yeah,
But
if
if they're just making this artificial intelligence based electronic genetically modified chicken just to fuck it.
yeah, if they're doing
He'd
that,
have a
yeah,
problem
he's
with
not a yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please
All right.
don't have sex with
Yeah.
the
Don't fuck the
artificial
lab made
creatures.
chicken.
yeah.
Consent is key, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to somehow figure out a loophole by turning it into masturbation somehow. So, I mean, he's
So
cool with that.
masturbation's not
Masturbation's
is
not
good.
It's not a sin.
so
yeah, it's
so
not a sin.
they got that wrong in the Bible.
Excessive masturbation is bad, but just a
What
sexual
would you
release
define
on
as
your own.
excessive? Just so I know where I
If it
stand.
hurts you
If
or
it's
somebody
causing-
else.
if it's causing suffering, if it causes suffering,
Like
we don't
would you
like it.
consider chafing to be suffering? or-
Slightly.
Okay.
What if you're into it?
Yeah.
if you're into that?
Yeah. See,
That's
that's a loophole to the
yeah,
loophole.
that could be. That might be another loophole. I don't know the answer to that one.
All right.
I don't know everything. I'm just part of him.
So
I'm
we're just trying to learn, man. With this, that's why we're asking these questions.
yeah. I mean, dude, I'm learning too.
like, is there any
as we go
is there any
along.
fetish you could think of that would instant God's like, nope, that's hell right there. Go.
Anything without consent.
Okay.
Yeah, and anything without consent. Yeah, something that caused suffering to an animal or another person.
So does that mean I have to ask my fleshlight for consent before I fuck it?
No, because it's inanimate.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no feelings on that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just
No
I'm
life
Just
involved.
want to make sure everything's
Yeah,
all right.
if there's life involved, there must be consent and
right.
minimal suffering.
Okay.
Unless again they ask for it. If a lady wants you to slap her or something, if that's how she gets off.
But
Okay.
that's consent.
Yeah, that's consent.
That's giving consent.
But then again, there might be some deeper traumatic past of why the physical hit makes her feel good, which she might need to deal with later on. But we don't worry about that in the moment if she's enjoying it.
Okay, that's
So,
fair.
Yeah.
It always devolves into sex with you people.
With you people.
I was referring
Humans?
to me too. I was referring
Yeah,
to
sex is a big drive amongst all humanity. I
Of
mean,
course, why not?
I mean, you kind of needed it to keep going.
exactly. Yeah,
True.
God needed to make it feel good, so more you guys would. He didn't realize how much you'd love it. I mean, he thought people would procreate, but he didn't realize like how many people would make it their whole life
And do weird shit. And,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't really ready for that or expecting that. But again, I mean, he wasn't exactly surprised. He's not really surprised too often. It takes a lot to surprise God.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
last time he was surprised, he like flooded the whole place.
yeah, when it gets out of hand, he does kind of go nuclear on things. But again, that's
No
kind of
chill.
like,
He's got no
yeah,
chill.
he's very polar kind of. He rarely is just chill and relaxed.
Yeah.
But again, that's because he's, so much pressure, so much from everything.
I heard he gets jealous very easily.
He does
Yeah.
get jealous,
So.
which, he wouldn't admit it or talk about it because, again, all the scriptures you hear, all powerful, omnipotent, this and that. But yeah, the emotions are real, and he experiences emotion. He created emotion. I mean, we're all made in his image.
Is he tall?
If you want him to be.
Okay.
Like so God can change. Does he have to like sneak up on you?
Yeah, he can change into anything at any time.
Does he do
He
that?
could be here right now. The Holy Ghost could be here right now as well.
He's like a spiritual Decepticon.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying he could be you.
yeah, you could.
Definitely not me.
Yeah,
You don't
definitely
think
not
so?
me.
No, definitely not.
Why
me.
not?
Could be camera guy.
Could
Maybe.
be. Maybe it is camera guy.
What do you think, camera guy?
Yeah, yeah, he's. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but maybe.
He's mute.
Did you help create technology?
I didn't. God did for sure.
Okay.
Jesus didn't have a hand in that. Once I left the second time after that first resurrection, I really just I haven't.
You
had
needed
any.
a vacation, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't really have. That's the thing. I don't have power up there. I can kind of talk to God. I can be like, hey, maybe maybe do this or whatever. But I don't have the physical ability up there to do stuff down here. That's all him.
Do you like pina coladas?
Yeah.
Getting
love
caught
it.
in the rain.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Who doesn't? So where do you have any bookings scheduled?
I don't.
You
right
don't?
now. I have no bookings scheduled
Goddamn,
right
people,
now.
you
I-
need
but-
to book Jesus.
But I think that's why I'm here right now. I think that must be part of this mission right now. I'm on this podcast because it's going to lead to something like that.
it's going to lead to you performing in a church eventually.
I think it is. I really
Just
believe.
another rung on the ladder. Climb.
I have
up.
faith.
I would hope
faith's
so.
faith's a big thing in our side.
I had faith once.
Yeah, what happened?
She decided to like somebody else.
Oh.
You know,
Is there anything that could bring your faith back?
probably a shitload of money.
Okay.
Not to me. No, Faith was just some chick with big tits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What?
I always think of that song, Reach Out and Touch Faith. Personal Jesus.
Right now we got our own personal Jesus,
I know.
Right here in the flesh.
the one and only.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I
what
touch
do you
you?
guys think
Can I touch
about me? What do you think? I mean, I I don't want to be vain or, care about people's perception of me, but I am
But no,
curious.
feedback is good.
Yeah, feedback is good. What do you guys think of me?
I think it's
being
a
back?
good thing that you're back trying to spread the word of taking care of each other and being kind to each other. It's one thing that this planet is lacking right now is people being kind to each other.
Do you have any ideas how I could be more effective?
You don't want my answer.
No, why
No.
not?
My answer is wipe the fucking thing clean and start from scratch.
So like another Noah's Ark type thing?
Absolutely. But make it fire and make nothing
Oh,
survive
man.
and then start from scratch.
I just
Hit
know
the
God would
reboot.
hate to do that. He would feel bad. It makes him bad to lose everything he made,
Do you think God's pissed off that we're going to Mars since he like made all this for us already? But he
No,
also made Mars.
Yeah, he also
too.
made
Yeah.
Mars. I mean, he's more of just kind of confused by it because he's like, I made you the perfect one,
Mhm.
and he's like, he sees us trashing it a little bit. So, it makes him sad that people would want to abandon the one he made for humans because I mean, all the other planets weren't really made for us to go to. It was more of us to just witness
And
God's
look at it.
greatness kind of.
But that at first they're we're not talking about moving the entire planet to Mars. They're exploring. They're looking and observing and I guess basking in the glow of the greatness God created.
Yeah, it goes both sides because you would be creating another world with humanity on it. So I mean, that's kind of like playing God. But again, God goes back and forth with thinking about, well, I gave people the ability to act like me. So how can I get mad at people for utilizing their abilities?
True.
So, again, he experiences things a day at a time the way everyone else does, but it's just on such a different level.
Are the shapes in the cloud on purpose?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's just as simple as that because our influence is limited. So sometimes it could just be something as simple as a shape in a cloud to try to push you in the direction of where you need to be.
So stare at the clouds more.
Yeah, nothing wrong with looking at the clouds.
Are roses supposed to smell like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are they supposed to smell like if not? I mean,
Flowers, they're kind of stinky. Roses are kind of stinky. They're kind of like
I don't sniff roses.
Everybody's
I don't stop
different.
to smell
Yeah.
the roses.
Oh.
yeah, maybe you should.
What
No.
do you like to smell?
Gardenias.
Okay. So you like sunflowers.
Yeah. Oh, I like lots of flowers.
Okay.
I
Just
just
roses specifically.
don't. Yeah, they're stinky.
Okay.
No, they're cute, but
Well,
they're
it's like a taste, Taste
Yeah.
is different for
yeah.
everybody.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Favorite ice cream flavor?
I feel like you were gonna say pistachio or maybe chocolate chip, but I don't know why.
Well, we asked the vanilla or chocolate.
Yeah,
but
I know,
you
I
can
know.
have- you can deviate
yeah, I
from
can-
that
Right.
two-part.
If I have a preference, if I could have any kind of ice cream I want. I mean, I've only had a few flavors, but I like cookie dough. That's a fun idea.
Mm.
Yeah. An unbaked thing in there. That's cool. I like that.
Do you like figs?
Figs? I
Yeah,
don't think I've ever had one.
you had to have.
Why?
unless they called it something else back then.
Maybe. I mean,
Oh no, that's right. You hate figs.
no, do I?
Yeah, you hate figs.
Oh.
That's last I heard.
Oh,
I read it in a book once.
cool. I don't remember that.
What book?
Maybe some of my memories changed.
The Bible.
The Bible.
Yeah.
How much of the Bible did they get wrong?
I'd say it's about like 35% accurate, and then the rest is man adding their own agendas and their own kind of it's like when people exaggerate. I saw a fight and it was crazy and this happened. It's like people just go that people like to say stuff that they think sounds cool.
Embellish.
Yeah, people are embellishing for sure.
So Jesus has no current booking. People, you're disappointing me. You need to book Jesus.
Yeah, according
Please.
to your cousin Matthew, it says you hate figs.
Oh, huh. Yeah, I think some of my memory from that time.
Yeah, I was gonna say
hazy.
it's also been
Gotcha.
2,000 years ago. I mean,
Yeah,
what did you
some of
have?
the
What did you have for
details are-
breakfast?
2,000 years ago.
Yeah, 2,000 years
Right.
ago.
I don't
Because
know.
you're almost that old.
Hamantashen.
What? God bless you. Did you just fart?
No.
What the fuck are you doing? Right, sure.
No,
It's not making the same
Not
sounds.
yeah.
It's not making the same sounds. Never does.
Never does.
Never does. So if people wanted to book Jesus, how would they get in touch with him?
Pray.
Well,
No. Okay.
Just pray. Yeah, to just pray. Do they just
yeah, pray.
they need a way to get a hold of you?
They,
I mean,
can, they could reach out to you guys. and
Okay.
you guys can tell me.
all right. That's
That works.
so. If anybody wants to book Jesus, feel free. You can, put a message on here. You can email us. You can email me.
Yeah, I don't have any technology at the moment. I mean, what you see right now is my entire existence. I don't have anything. I just am.
Are you available for hire?
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Film a commercial.
Depends, I guess. Sure. You don't need to hire me though. I just do it for free.
You like
But, yeah,
endorse like a business. Be like Jesus approves.
If I agree with the business, sure.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
Yeah,
I was
we'd
just
have
wondering.
to vet them thoroughly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I'm up to help anyone and everyone in any way I can.
Nice.
Cool.
So we got to wrap up. It's almost that time. What
Sure.
would be the final message, the ultimate message to give to the people? What
The ultimate message
The floor
I
is
would
yours.
give to people on this podcast right now is being decent isn't that hard. Some people might think to be holy and godly, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. It doesn't. That's what the devil wants you to think. They want you to think it's hard to be good. It's not. put the grocery cart back.
Oh, I hate that.
If your dog goes to the bathroom on somebody's lawn, pick it up.
Use your turn signal.
Yeah, use your turn. Don't rev the engine at 3 a.m. It's really just the small stuff. I mean, there's this whole concept, love thy neighbor. That was like a general sense love. People get daunted by that word. They go, oh, it sounds like hard. Just, be nice. Just be decent.
Just don't be an asshole.
And the thing too is we understand that it's hard to be decent when you don't feel decent, which is why a lot of people are bad. So yeah, focus on your physical and mental health, and you'll notice that it is very easy to be a good person. So just a day at a time, easy steps, small steps. Just, just be as positive as you can. You don't have to overthink it. Just, drink water, get sunlight, take a run every now and then. When you feel good, you act good.
You heard it here, people. That's the message. That's the gospel according to Jesus.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thanks for
having
coming
me
in
here.
Thanks for coming in.
It was
We
a
really
total
appreciate it.
honor to do the first podcast I've ever done.
We are the ones that are honored.
Well, we're all the same, man.
So before we wrap it up, Nicole,
Yeah.
do you have any bookings you would like to promote?
No. Hire me to bartend your party.
Yes.
I'll bring Jesus. He'll
Or belly
I'll
dance.
have
does
lots
that.
of wine.
Yeah.
Hire me to belly dance. Hire me to go-go dance. Hire me to promo. Hire me to bartend.
And they can find you where?
On Instagram at Nicole_Raven. That's NIKOLE_Raven, like the bird.
Caw. I don't know what a raven says. As for me, you can see me at the Beef O'Brady's in Parish, Florida on October 10th, doing 3 shows, 4, 6, and 8 p.m. I'm going to put up the ticket links soon. I gotta actually get the individual links. So check that out. You can follow me on all social media at Real Roger Nelson. You follow the show on all social media at FooBar Weekly. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. We're 1 away from 100, and we can make a custom URL name. So fucking somebody follow us. 2 people follow us, because we had 100, then somebody backed out. So
Oh.
Jesus, make that happen. I don't. It's not going to
I'll
work. Like that.
try.
It doesn't work like that. But what the hell? Come
Does
on.
it count if you send us your thoughts and prayers?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Does Jesus pray? That's a good
That's
question.
the
Does
thing.
Jesus pray?
Well, I do. I pray to God.
Okay.
I do. I mean, that's kind of, that's kind of my main form to talk. When I'm down here, when I'm up there, I can just, say hi. But when I'm down here, that's kind of like the
Communication.
antenna. Yeah, it shoots up and he sees there's a signal coming up.
If you wear a hat, does it get blocked?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes right through.
Jesus isn't much of a hat guy. Last time he wore something on his head, he had a bad experience.
Fair.
Yeah, what a gag they had that time.
Yeah, they didn't just they wanted to punish you.
Crown of Thorns.
You
How-
pissed them off.
I didn't try to.
I know you didn't try, but you succeeded.
Yeah, I was just doing what he told me, man.
Yeah, there were other people that did what they were told. But we're not going to talk about those people. We're not going to talk about those people.
Yikes.
Yeah. So anyway, people, that was the show tonight. Jesus, again, thank you, Your
you.
Holiness, for coming in.
You guys are wonderful.
So are you, man.
And I believe in you guys.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah.
So hopefully, people get him booked in a church. That's what he needs to do. So do it. Get a hold of me. Get a hold of Nicole. We'll get him booked. That's the show, kids. We do this every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time here in the United States. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, yada yada yada. Don't
Good
forget,
night. We
Yeah.
love you.
we love you too.
All of you.
Yeah.
Everybody. We love all of you. Even if you're bad, we still love you. We
I
want to help
definitely love you.
you know,
beat your bad ways.
with Jesus here, I feel bad about using my normal closing line.
What's the
Why?
normal
I'll do it
closing
anyway. Don't forget to spay or neuter your children.
line?
Fubar
Funny.
out and God bless.